Hey everybody. So yeah, yesterday I got the X position working. So that's pretty cool. Um, I was thinking about future challenges and um, I've done I think a lot of good work on like converting my JSON to a ThreeJS, but I'm wondering how going from ThreeJS to my stuff is going to go in the future. That's something that is just way out, because and what made me think about it was the fact that saw that there is a loader that you can use for an STL, which is what they make 3D prints out of, that will bring it into ThreeJS. And then I was just like, but then how do I go from the ThreeJS to my JSON? And then and a really good example is like in ThreeJS for the text, they don't actually have the original text anywhere or the fonts or any of that. I don't think loaded in the actual ThreeJS objects. So like once I once it's like a text font or a like hello world or something is in 3GS, getting it back out is going to be challenging. But anyways, that is a future problem to think about. So last time we added this target object, or we got this all working, and so I don't actually need to add anything to the interfaces to capture the Y position, and that was what I wanted to do, is be able to change the Y position of a uh, of a spotlight. So that is already done. So I guess the next step would be to actually be able to save it, save the update, and that would happen inside the component. So I have a light management manager component, and I have the X target. So I guess I could just add a Y target right in here. Now, one thing that doesn't exist yet is the form group. So it won't actually work um, in the form group. Like, so for my label, that'll work. Y target, and then I'm gonna now I'm just gonna collapse that. Okay, and then the form control. So this form control doesn't exist yet. So and to make that exist, I'll need to go into the component, into the light manager component TypeScript. We were in the template. So like if I were to go over here, add a light, show edit, show my form, and then move it over to a spotlight. See, now we have our Y target, but it doesn't have a value yet. So now I can go in here. Let me close that back down again. And so it's already being set because, which makes sense. So basically, I guess it makes sense to look for anywhere where there's the X position. And I think that's the same name as this guy. So I guess that target X position would be the thing right there. So I think I could just go like this, copy this whole thing, and make this a Y position. Y position. So let's see where else we have the target X position. So this is in our value changes subscription. So anytime anything changes, this does it. So we could just copy the whole thing, and then target Y position. Y position, target Y position, target Y position, and last but not least, target Y position. All right, so that's pretty easy. Now we'll find the next one. So this is whenever the form is updated. Now this won't actually get called anytime soon. It will come whenever imports, it's only here because you can change a value that and you could change the start value inside the animation form. So this is what handles that. But there's no way you could change the target Y position outside of this. So let's look at the next one. Okay, so that's done. That's done. And that's done. I guess that's it. I thought there was more. Let's see. If I go to my light, I add my light, I edit it, I turn it into a spotlight. Yeah, so it's set and it's being updated. So I guess the last place to make changes will be in the ThreeJS service. And we'll look for um, exposition. So this is add light. Okay, so by default, lights are not spotlights, so we don't have that in there. Um, let's see, we're in update light. Let's close this down. You know, that's actually pretty nice. This is a new to me feature that you can see this. It used to annoy me because I was like, I can't tell the code above, but this is actually pretty nice. Uh, so we are, let's see, where do we update? Okay, so spotlight target. So let's actually do a search on this. I think this is the only place. Yeah, it's the only place. So I think this is all we need to update to get the Y position working. Set Y, target Y position. Now that just seems too easy. So we will give it a shot. So I need a mesh because you can't really see lights unless there's a something for them to interact with. So a mesh is something that it could interact with. I'll make its width 100, make its height 100, and then I will make it a kind of material that cares about light. Since there's no light, it will go to that. Okay, so then I'm going to add my light. So this is a point light, and I'm going to convert it to a spotlight. So a spotlight has a direction that it has a place that's starting and then a direction that's pointing at, and by default it's 0, 0, 0. So I'm going to make the basically light start at 1, and then I'm going to convert it to a spotlight, and then I'm going to change its Y target and cross my fingers. So that's weird because it seems like it just moved to the left. It didn't move. Oh, and it actually changed to. I love seeing stuff like that. So yeah, apparently it is in fact actually changing the X target. So set Y target Y position. Let's go look in the component. It's weird. Did I change this one up here? So this one is showing the target X position. This is form control Y position. So, okay, that looks good. Target Y position. So for some reason, target X position is what's actually changing when I change target Y. So that looks right. Curious if I change this just for funsies. Oh, and then it goes to 0. Weird. The weird stuff we do it ourselves. Target Y position, target Y position, multiplied by target Y position, target X position. Yeah. Let's see. Let's give ourselves some space. Position, target Y position, target Y position. This is the update forms. I don't think this would do anything anyways. And this is when we create the form, so let's see in the service. What we only did one. So this seems to be, this target X position seems to be changing to that's so weird. Target ID. Okay, so so it's like I think the actual target X position is being reset somehow. Right? So light item target X position is being set to whatever we change in the form. I bet you somebody at home is like looking at this going, dude, it's so obvious. It's right there. Okay, so the form control name is target Y position. And somehow that becomes the value in target X. Okay, so we have our code that does a subscribe. And then this is very, very interesting. So this is just, okay, so this is update forms. I don't even think that happens. And then this is to create it. So that shouldn't matter. And then this is the value change. Oh, look at that. Silly rabbit. Oh, I know somebody. Even if only 2 people watch this video, one of you 2 saw that mistake. Why didn't you tell me? Just kidding. I know exactly how you feel. I can't tell you how many videos I've been watching. I'm like, it's right there. It's right there. Your problem's right there. And then suddenly it'll go away. So anyways, let's see. Good times, good times, good times, good times. Come on, come on. No whammies, no whammies. Add light. 1. Spotlight. 1. Yay. And then I think what we did last time was we moved this out to 5. And then we made the angle 0.1. And that was pretty awesome. And so now we target up 1. So that's pretty cool. It would be really cool if this was animated, but it's just not worth it. I'm trying to figure out if I can use this to make like an eclipse. Like I wonder what happens if I'm sitting on something that the spotlight is, like if the camera's sitting where the spotlight is hitting on, what that looks like, you know. But I guess we could do that. We could just be like, tell the camera to be at, okay, so let's go ahead and move this back to 0 and 0. And then we'll move the camera to 0. Oh yeah, so you can see it. And let's look at 1, where the spotlight starts. Let's see, point 1. Look at 0. Oh. Oh, so we can see it. Let's move the light out a little farther away from us. Oh, so the light is at 5. So we're sitting at 0, 0, 0, and looking at 0. Right? We're looking at 0. We're sitting at 0. We're looking at 0. And if I look at, what if I look at -1? -10. But if I look at 1, I can't see it. Because the spotlight is hitting 1. So let's change that to 0, and let's move the camera to -1. Now we can't see it. It's kind of weird. If I move myself, okay, because so the light is behind me, and I'm looking at it, and I can see that. But if the light is in front of me, and I'm looking at 0, I can't see it. What if there's a mesh at 0, 0? A little teeny. Oh, that's why, because the mesh is sitting there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to 0 and make its width 0.1. Oh, I was really hoping that would do something. 0.1. 0.1. Have like a little cube sitting. Okay, what happens if I change it to a basic? And then normal. But then if I make it a Fong, I can't see it. Even though, and the camera is sitting at -1, right? 0, 0, and I'm looking at 0, 0, 0, where the little cube is, and then the light is at 5. What if I change the angle to 1? And if I move my camera out to 1, yeah, so I can see it because the camera is behind me. Oh, so it's completely hidden. Okay, so the camera, if I move it back to -1, it's amazing how slow this has gotten. And then let's say I make the Y position 1, so I'm up above it. Can I see the top of it? No, I cannot. So I'm sitting on above it and I cannot see it. What if I move the light to 2 and 2? Huh. So I have the camera looking down from the top, and I have the light at 2 and 1 and 1. Made it really intense. So if I move the Z position like out a little bit towards it, it doesn't change anything. Oh yeah, it did change. It's just slow. -10 because I'm sitting way out there. to, what if I make it a sphere? And I make it, oh, it is a Fong. Give it a radius of 0.1. So there's like a light sitting. So what if I move it? I don't know. I want to make it a cube again. Okay, so it's sitting at. Okay, I'm going to animate it. And what is it? 0.5. You can't really see. The shadows aren't really doing anything. But anyways, let's see. Where are we at? Oh my God, 21 minutes. Sorry about that, everybody. Happy coding. Bye.